Pipe ain't worth shit. His blue eyes wipes his ass in the morning, and that's how he wins. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Let's Get Chaotic podcast. Now, I know what you're thinking. Guys, it's been about a month. Where have you been? Well, personal life got in the way, some issues popped up, and then a big thing kind of happened, and it caused me to delay recording for a little bit. We're going to talk about that big thing at the end of the podcast, because we got to get through the episode first, because we're very late. So today, we're talking about episode 5, Crash Course. Every time I watch this episode, I'm thinking mostly about the Yakuza stuff, so I'm thinking, why the fuck is it called Crash Course? And then I remember there's more to the episode than just Yakuza.
I like Yakuza. He's funny. I will say, Sarah saying his pranks are harmless is completely false. That dude sends bees on people.
That is one of my notes, because you'll remember he traps Therax in a fucking Venus flytrap.
Like bees and those little spiked strawberry things.
That shit is not harmless.
They're not harmless. They hurt.
So
I don't think Yakuza is funny, but harmless is not the right word. I'd say playful.
Yeah. They're in good fun, but not harmless. So starting off the notes I think Staluk should be featured more, to be completely honest. I like Staluk.
My Angry Pony.
I like Staluk.
It's a cool design. Yeah.
I wish we saw more of him. I think we see more of Rothar than Staluk.
You don't see, like, centaurs with horse heads that often, so
yeah.
It's a unique idea.
Yeah, Chaotic's good at that.
Yeah, he seems like a cool guy, except for the rock throwing and the stomping.
Yeah. Speaking of the rock throwing and the stomping, I wrote down the part where Tom goes, "Any ideas?" And Sarah goes, "Yeah, jump." And I was thinking, when I was watching that, I was like, have you considered using your scanners and just porting back into Chaotic, or porting out of Param, whatever it's called?
I thought you were going to say, like, have you considered talking to him? Like, hey, can we start a dialogue? I think we got off on the wrong foot.
Listen,
We've got 4 of them. It's pretty easy.
I know you maybe didn't like being scanned, and that's okay. I didn't like being chased after scanning you, and that's what we should be talking about.
I didn't like the rock you threw.
It's like,
that was mean.
There are so many other instances where they're in like some kind of immediate danger, and they just port out.
Which would have been smarter, but...
Which would have been much smarter. But the whole catalyst for the episode at all is that they just didn't, or at least for the Param plot, is that they didn't think to port out because Tom's scan got fucked up by the water. If they had just thought to port out...
Yeah, sometimes the simplest solution is not the one you think of immediately when you're, like, terrified.
So you brought up the My Angry Pony joke. Now, here's my long-winded note. My Angry Pony is, I believe, the only actual directly said pop culture reference, at least up to this point. And it's an extra funny one, considering that at the time of Chaotic's airing, this would be a wider reference to the My Little Pony franchise as a whole, since Friendship is Magic wouldn't exist for another couple years. Friendship is Magic, of course, being, as far as I could find, the first really, like, wide mainstream time.
Yeah.
That My Little Pony was considered a cartoon more than anything.
Outside of maybe like the 80s where it was really popular just because, it was made to sell toys and whatnot.
Yeah.
And Gen 4 was when it was popular with like more than just its target demographic.
Yeah, and at the time of Chaotic, Gen 3 was the one airing actively.
And that one sucks.
Which means that this joke, this reference, is closer to a Barbie reference than a Star Wars reference, and that's just weird to think about.
Makes me wonder if someone made the joke and it just no one knew what it was referencing in the writer's room. It just slipped under the radar.
Yeah, see, that's the fun part, right? Is the feeling that they made this reference, and like even the audience at home watching probably didn't get it at the time. But if it was made now, everyone would get it.
Yeah.
Retroactively, it's a really good reference, but at the time, it's weirdly niche.
He is an angry pony. He's not little though.
So they hit the water. Tom picks up a fucking Param fish, and I said, I know they exist, but seeing mostly normal-ass animals in Param is like seeing real-life fish in the Pokemon anime.
Like dogs, like in the very beginning, there were regular dogs.
Yeah. It's just weird. Like, bugs, I can accept that real-world bugs exist in Param, right? The small bugs, not the Danian bugs. Because bugs come in all sizes. But, like, a fish existing in the same world as fucking Mesmar feels so weird to me.
I gotta eat something. They can't just be berries. We're not all
They
herbivores.
can't eat each other. They're all intelligent, so it'd be weird.
I mean, they can, but you'll probably get some weird looks.
Only in the underworld can they all eat each other. First time we see Clay battle is episode 5. He talks a big game whenever he's on screen beforehand. So it's a fun setup for a big match finally, and against my GOAT, Kaz of all people. Kaz is talking to Peyton about Clay, and Peyton goes, Clay is vicious, he's a liar and a cheater, and a bully, and those are his good qualities. Peyton is so fucking funny.
What is good about that, Peyton? Wait a minute. What?
After going on about how much of a piece of shit he is, Peyton acknowledges that Clay is like still a good chaotic player. And mind you, he doesn't cheat in this match. He has 2 matches and he does cheat in one, but we don't see him cheat in this one.
It's good to have a villain that is competent.
Yeah, it's like, I do still believe that if Clay was losing a battle he really wanted to win, he would stand on the edge of a building.
You'd pull a Kaiba.
Yeah, he'd be like, if you kill my Dotimus, you kill me. But I respect that Peyton is willing to acknowledge that Clay's like a good player, because in a lot of things like this, right, you'll have someone who's a piece of shit, and like the comic relief ass character will be like Joey Will is like, Kaiba ain't worth shit. His blue eyes wipes his ass in the morning, and that's how he wins.
And then Kaiba just kicks his ass.
Yeah.
Yugi
I love
kicks his
Yu-Gi-Oh.
ass.
I just wanna make sure the audience knows, because I've talked a lot of shit about Yu-Gi-Oh. I do like Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh's great. I loved watching the show. Okay, this is like the side tangent. When I was a kid, I would watch the Yu-Gi-Oh anime while playing Yu-Gi-Oh against myself with 2 decks.
Jesus Christ. You're like that old man playing chess with himself, but it's Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, that's how, 1, much I liked Yu-Gi-Oh, and 2, lonely I was. Anyway, this is the first episode Cam and I have gotten to watch in HD. More on that later, but I brought that up because the backgrounds in this crisp quality are really cool, and I think it's good that we can see them in like clean detail now and not like 2 pixels of one. And it made me really want that chaotic theme park again. That, and I sent it to you earlier, a tweet of the Disney Imagineers, however old, infinite floor.
I've seen that.
It's just a Battledrome floor. The chaotic theme park could exist. Brian Gannon, get in contact with us.
The Infinity Floor. Is it Yaka's time?
Almost. First, I have one very important note. So, hey, how the fuck did they make a futuristic pocket portal without making it waterproof? How does the water damage the scanner that can teleport someone's digital code to another world? Alright, here we go. Honestly, I'm surprised it's not Staluk attacking Yakus, considering how angry he was at the beginning. Staluk kind of just existed to start the plot. Now it's Yakus and Therax.
But I like Yakus. He's funny. Although whenever Tom was like, he's as strong as Maxor, and I'm like, what? Like, is Tom just a Yakus fan?
I think okay, so you know how when something's rare, right, people just assume? Like, if a Pokemon is rare, people are like, oh yeah, that Pokemon's hard to catch, it must be powerful. No, not all the time.
If you're like 8 years old, maybe, yeah.
Exactly,
But, like,
yeah.
I could see Yakus being useful, like, if you have him in the right location, but...
Tom says Yakus is as powerful as Maxor, but while doing a bit of deeper research, I came to discover that Yakus actually has worse stats than Modal.
Okay. I was kind of hoping the card would be like the same stats as Maxor. That'd be amazing.
That'd be funny as shit.
Apparently Yakus sucks.
Sarah grossly underestimates his intelligence, right? Yakus is shown to be very intelligent in this episode.
You have to be smart to be a prankster type of character, usually.
Yeah.
At least when it's like elaborate traps and whatnot, you at least
the
have
shit
to be
he's pulling
smart
off?
in that area.
Yeah. But Tom very overestimates his power. He is so painfully... How can you be worse than Bodil?
He overestimates him, but then he constantly falls for everything.
So after having a match with an Overworld player last episode, Kaz has learned his lesson and is now using Kaor. And also
Yay.
Blazer, so I know Cam is double happy. We don't see the Blazer battle, unfortunately. I was very disappointed.
You see him die.
We see his death. I also believe this is the first mixed tribe team we see in a drone. In Chaotic, you are generally rewarded, quote-unquote, for having a mono tribe team, right?
Yeah.
It's like a Pokemon deck, right? You could have a deck with like 3 types in it, but then you gotta be real lucky with that energy, with the energy cards. or you're fucked. In Chaotic, having the same tribe means you can have the same music for a tribe. You don't have to worry about what musicians you're using. And I have a point about that later, something that pissed me off a little, but it doesn't matter in the grand scheme because he wins anyway. But
It don't matter so much, I wrote it down.
well, I wrote it down because listen, I gotta catch everything. But like overall, in Chaotic, it's encouraged for you to use one tribe because it helps. And there are some creatures, like Interest, literally cannot be on a tribe with an Underworlder.
And there's someone like, isn't it Heptad can use like music from any tribe?
Yeah, Heptad's the
Good
one as
lord.
powerful as Maxor.
That I can see. For that alone, like, good lord.
So I have it written at one point in the podcast. I remember praising that creatures' accents changed based on who's playing them. But this actually isn't entirely true. Of course, Clay's, all of his creatures have a Cockney accent, but Kaz's creatures talk with like their natural accents usually, or however they sound normally. And I think that might be because Kaz and other characters like him have kind of like the generic American voice, because with Peyton, who has that surfer dude disposition, all of his creatures have that same surfer dude disposition about him.
It depends on how strong the accent is.
Yeah, if the character has an accent where you could tell them they have an accent and they wouldn't question you, then they're gonna have an accent as a creature.
I love the little lizard on all fours.
Yeah, Jad.
I thought it was something like that. I almost called him Sean.
No, but it's spelled
I'm bad with
Zhade, and it pissed me off when I noticed that. Anyway, I have a note about that too, about how I like that Kaz gets into position when he's transforming into him. Like he starts getting down on all fours mid-transformation. Some Ben 10 shit there. First appearance of Crystella happens a bit before I remember it happening. And it
witch.
is in relation to Clay, but she doesn't know Clay yet, personally.
He's sizing him up.
So she says she appreciates Clay because he's a strong player, but she pronounces it appreciate, and that shit bothers me. There, okay. Even in the note I said it doesn't matter. I know it doesn't matter in the grand scheme, but Kaz is a single Mepedian musician and decides to use it on his generic music instead of his Mepedian music. Obviously, that aside, it's a good use of Song of Ember Nova, and he does win the battle. Doesn't matter. But like,
It doesn't matter. I just
but like
hate him.
you put a Mepedian music on there, and you have one creature that can use it, and they have one musician. Dog.
Then we have Dardamus with the Wright brothers playing.
Yeah, dude, that shit's so fucking funny. His ass looks like it's gonna fall off the whole time.
I was gonna say, I'm surprised it got airborne with him on it.
You start seeing the wings folding in. He's like, uh-oh, I better finish this match quick. Here's another note about the animals in Param. Love that Param has 1-to-1 normal-ass bees. Do you think their bees are also going extinct?
It depends on if someone's eating all of them, I guess. You think Yakis eats bees?
He probably eats bees. Or honey.
I mean, I could see that. Yeah.
The entire Param plot is an episode of fucking Looney Tune shit with Tom and Yakis, dude. And to be completely honest, I kind of don't care for it. The battle plot is Lee's more cool. It's funny, for sure. It is funny.
Slapstick.
But also,
Yakis lives in Shrek's hut.
yeah,
Like-
I was thinking that it was either Shrek's hut or like Bilbo's weird mud hut. Yakis is like, what are you doing in my swamp? And he throws fucking bees at you.
That's a very good question. I have no idea why.
Well, Yakis, I wanted to get a scan of you. Then he throws slime at you. What an asshole.
Ow. What do you think's harder to get a scan of, Nadgerin or Yakis?
Well, Tom has a Nadgerin scan in his deck at some point.
Eventually, Nadgerin lets him scan him, but Yakis is a bastard.
Yeah. You have to, like, trap him or some shit, catch him when he's sleeping. For his
Break
first
his
few
legs.
appearances. And then you see someone using Yakis in the drome, and they're just, like, dragging themselves along with their arms.
Yeah. That's the only way you get to scan him. Why didn't I break his legs?
For his first few appearances, Clea has a catchphrase. He says ho-hum all the time. At some point, he kind of just stopped saying it to my recollection, and I don't know why.
Good. That's so stupid. Ho hum.
No, it's the way he says it, too. He always goes, ho-hum. And it's that exact cadence every time.
Bro's cockney as hell.
Like, it's literally the first thing he says, right, is Tom is, like, in his first match, and he's like, another newbie about to get coated. Ho-hum. And then Tom fucking wins the match, and he's like, fuck, I gotta kill him immediately.
He must die. And we just see Blazer die.
Yeah. We see Blazer's death, and then the Vile Driver in the drones at last. Coolest fucking battle gear.
And he finally uses KR.
Yeah.
Why didn't you do this every game?
To be fair, so we did find out after the podcast, because what we discussed in the podcast is that maybe he was using Taki Nam because the sacrifice thing was a special ability. While re-listening to the episode, they do literally say in it that Taki Nam's special ability is what she's doing in the match. So that's why he didn't use Kaor. But he did already have the Vile Driver at that point, so like...
Why didn't you use the Vile Driver?
Yakus is so upsetting to look at.
Oh, you don't like him? Is it because he looks like Rainbow Puke?
He kind of looks like Glowbox from Rayman got really fucked up.
I still like him. I think he's funny looking.
Here's the thing, right? Because I mentioned before that I have a gripe with Yakus. Because for 3 weeks, I was trying to get that fucking Von Blut scan on Chaotic Rewind, which I did finally get, by the way. I got it on Chaotic Rewind and Portal to Param on the same day. I was so elated. But...
Yakus keeps screwing with you?
So if you go somewhere in Chaotic Rewind and you don't get a scan, it's just fucking Yakus, big ass face on the screen. Sorry you didn't get a scan this time. Maybe go somewhere else.
Roll to the end.
Hated his ass.
Oh, upside his house is getting burned down.
Yeah, we talked about this part before we started recording. Therax sets Yakus' house on fire, and Sarah goes, Yakus' pranks are harmless. Therax is playing for keeps. But generally, I disagree that Yakus' pranks are harmless. Bees are a common allergy. A lot of what he does causes physical harm to people, and earlier in the episode, he got Therax trapped in a Venus flytrap. The fact that he managed to escape and attack Yakus for revenge is frankly a miracle, so no, Yakus' pranks are not harmless, and he absolutely deserves this.
I will say, I don't think Yakus will burn anyone's house down.
I don't think he'll burn someone's house down, but again, he did try to murder somebody.
I think playful is a better word. It is still dangerous.
I think
Jesus Christ.
I think Yakus kind of sits in the same box as the Mike Myers Cat in the Hat. It's fun to have fun, but you need to know when to stop, and you do not.
That is an apt comparison.
I'm sure somebody
Mike Myers Cat in the Hat.
Specifically Mike Myers Cat in the Hat, and I'm sure someone who watches this is gonna be like, don't compare my goat Mike Myers Cat in the Hat to that freak Yakus, but here we are.
That's two Mike Myers characters in one episode.
He lives in Shrek's house and he has Cat in the Hat's problems.
Oh, God.
Now all we need is the Looney Tunes reboot with Mike Myers as Bugs Bunny, and we have the trifecta.
Is that going to be a thing?
No, but imagine how funny that would be. Oh, and then for that Looney Tunes reboot, Dana Carvey comes in for Daffy Duck.
Yeah.
So I really wish we got a bigger fight between the Vile Drivers, to be honest, but I understand logically why we didn't. That said, the image of Kaor and a flaming Vile Driver rushing full speed into his enemy is hard as fuck.
Did Clay ever explain how the heck he got his hands on a Vile Driver?
Kaz says that he must have scanned it before he got to it, so he just happened to find out about it before Kaz. Because Peyton also says earlier that Clay is like real good at getting scans.
Yeah, I do wonder how he heard about it. Would hearing work with Clay? I don't think he would. Maybe
probably not
right
hearing, but Clay, I believe, is close with Von Blut.
Okay, that actually makes sense.
And, you know, Von Blut has spies, so one of his spies might have told him.
That I could see, like, him knowing that kind of stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah,
like
being Omar piloting the thing is smart.
Yeah,
too.
which is crazy, by the way. That means he had to get a new scan of Omar post-Vile Driver.
Which I don't think would be that hard.
Probably wouldn't be hard, but...
Omar's paranoid, but he's not that dangerous.
He'll just throw potions at you.
Which, if you're fast enough, you'll be fine.
If you can run faster than hearing, you're good, and I'm pretty sure most people can run faster than hearing.
He's got short legs.
I love that you can legit just get a replay in the drones. That's fucking beautiful. That's referring to when Clay's like, I demand a replay. I think it's so funny to, like, just imagine... Like, imagine in, like, the year 2026, and someone's like, check out my drone play of the game. Play that replay. And whoever else is in the drone is just kind of stuck with you.
Yeah, it's like Overwatch when you have to watch the play of the game on the other team. Ugh.
Hate that shit. Let's see. Omar built the Vile Driver, but I knew how to wreck it and survive. I've said it before, but I love how unorthodox the strategies get in the show. They get really creative with the premise, playing it more like a role-playing game than a card game.
That's a good skill.
Yeah, this is why I want the Chaotic theme park, so that I can play it like a role-playing game instead of a card game, or even like just a regular VR game or MMO even.
I want an arena fighter.
That'd be fun too.
You can even make it a Roblox game. I don't care. I'll play it.
Make it one of those Fortnite box games.
Yes, I'll do it. That'd be fun. I would love that.
That'd be great. Cody gets Bodil every time, and he's like, God damn it!
But yeah, Tom saves Yakis from his from what he deserves.
Yeah, Tom saves Yakis, finishing off the episode, actually, because he tries to scan him and gets slimed. Finishing off the episode, I wondered if anybody in Chaotic has a scan of Yakis, right? According to the
they
wiki...
must have brought it from Earth. I don't know.
Yeah, no, for sure, yeah. I mean, that's where Tom had his Maxor from originally, so... But according to the wiki, he's used in one drone match in the Scavenger Scan episode, so I suppose we'll have to keep our eyes out for that when that episode comes up.
I do like that episode. That'll be fun.
And on a final footnote, unrelated to the episode, is that now that the episodes are releasing in HD on the official Chaotic website, I'm watching them via AirPlay on my iPad, which I also use to read comics digitally, and it got me thinking again about, maybe we've talked about it before, about how cool it would be for them to do, like, Chaotic comics.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
Especially, like, imagine if they did, like, a monthly release where you bought the physical issue, or maybe you bought a digital issue, and each one comes with, like, a card or a unique code that you can scan to put something new in your deck.
Honestly surprised they've never made comics for this series, because a lot of series
given all the lore,
get comic books surrounding, like, the lore and whatnot,
and
especially
like
card games.
Chaotic has so much lore and so many creatures that are just generally untouched. I think a comic would really benefit it, even.
Especially nowadays, where comics are more indie than they've ever been. I think it would be especially possible now if they can just get the right group of people together.
Yeah, and like, dude, okay, Dynamite. I really like Dynamite Space Ghost, and I'm liking Dynamite's Ben 10.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. God, they'd make them look gnarly.
Dude, Kaor would look so fucking awesome, though. So I mentioned in the podcast already that we're watching these episodes in HD now via the official Chaotic Game website. What you all might have noticed is that the big announcement happened during our hiatus.
Ain't that a kick in the pants?
So here we are. Yeah, it's funny because in the first episode, you were very unsure that we were going to get anything from Chaotic anytime soon.
Can you blame me?
No, but I'm glad
for years.
I'm glad you were openly unsure because we got it, I think because of that. So, website, Chaotic returns, cool as shit. I'm so excited.
I'm excited for the phone thing that they were talking about.
Yeah, so, hold on, let me find it right.
I like Vidya games, people. Make Vidya games.
So, they're doing a native web app, which means you don't have to download an app. You can just make a shortcut straight to the website from your phone and it works.
Yeah, that's just nice. It'll just be
online.
cool to have it back and be able to show it to people. Because
Yeah.
a lot of people that we know have no idea what Chaotic is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, now that it's coming back in a bigger scale, there are a couple articles on here, and I want to read off the scanner one, right? Because this is beautiful. Before 2007, mobile phones, as we know them, simply did not exist. When the original Chaotic animated series first aired, the idea of a sleek touchscreen device that could scan objects, host video calls, and connect instantly to a digital world was pure science fiction. Yet the show's creators imagined exactly that. The handheld scanners used by Tom, Kaz, Peyton, and Sarah, complete with video communicator scanning abilities and portals to Chaotic and portals to Param, looked remarkably like the smartphones we now carry in our pockets every day. That's a major fucking flex, by the way.
Don't pat yourself on the back too hard, you might upchuck.
Today, the technology is finally caught up to the imagination. We are leaning in hard to fully utilize the modern mobile phone as a real-life Chaotic scanner, a kid-friendly communicator, a card collector, a way to enjoy the game, and a scanner all in one. The all-new Chaotic Online experience, launching as a PWA, aims to revive the magical feeling of holding all of Chaotic in the palm of your hand, like Doc Ock with the sun, of course. No downloads, no App Store barriers, just you, your cards, and the world of creatures, battle gear, and locations waiting to be discovered.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
And here's where
I'm
the fun
excited.
truly begins. Soon, you will be able to point your phone at any Chaotic card and upload it directly to your phone. Your personal Chaotic card collection will be scanned directly into your online account. build armies, trade with friends, play the game. Some of the same magic the kids in the animated series experienced is about to become yours. The Chaotic Scanner is no longer a cartoon. Hopefully we will see the Wingfin ski become a reality next.
I do think it's more important than ever for them to have an online way of playing this game, because that's how like a lot of TCGs have maintained their relevance recently,
Absolutely.
like Yu-Gi-Oh's, Master Duel, and Hearthstone.
So, I'm going to read off a little bit of this other article, and by that I mean this other article is short as shit, so I'm reading the whole thing. It's only 4 paragraphs. The Battledromes are reopening. Today, Chaotic Entertainment, in partnership with Panini America, which a lot of people are very skeptical about that part, officially announced the relaunch of the iconic Chaotic trading card game franchise, marking one of the most anticipated returns in TCG history. The revival will debut with an all-new lineup of physical trading cards, a nationwide organized play program, and an innovative online experience backed by AWS Games. The initial Chaotic card release is scheduled by Panini for late October 2026, which is like 5 months from now. That's fucking crazy. In hobby stores, specialty retailers, GameStop, and EB Games Canada. And this will be followed by a major retail release in January 2027. Now, I gotta tell you why I'm a little downtrodden about that part. In my immediate area, we only have one GameStop now, because the rest of them shut down.
I only got one as well, and yeah, it's whatever.
Aside from that, though, I mean, I do have a local card shop I can go to that I assume will have them.
Yeah, there's usually a few mom and pops. It really just depends.
Yeah.
We have a Troll and Toads, but it's a very small one.
We have a card shop called One-Eyed Jocks. Pretty cool place. The first starter decks and booster packs will introduce players to the rich story of the world of Param with 4 distinct creature tribes, inventive battle gear, explosive attacks, immersive locations, and powerful music. So it seems like they're starting from scratch with the card game, right?
Yeah.
They're starting from the beginning, and there is a very high chance that, okay, so some people have been worried that their old cards aren't going to be playable anymore, and I think realistically that's probably the better option, right? 1, for playability for new people, but 2, for the good of sales, because if everyone's playing with their old cards they collected, they're not going to be buying new cards.
Yeah, it is.
They have to incentivize those sales, because if we don't get those sales, they're going to fucking cancel the shit again.
Yeah, that would stink.
Like, okay, so there's like obvious rumors that Chaotic shut down because of bankruptcy or a lawsuit with 4Kids. The reality of it is that part of the reason that Chaotic was shut down was because in its 4th quarter, the holiday quarter, Christmas, it wasn't making sales.
It just couldn't keep up with its hype.
And so because of that, it was deemed not worth keeping, essentially.
Yes.
So basically, right, your old Chaotic account that you played with when you were young, that's going to be gone. You're going to have to start fresh. We all have to start fresh on the same footing.
Even playing ground.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And so what I think is going to happen, and what I've heard rumors of too, or what other people theorize at least, is that we are going to start with the initial 4 tribes, and they're going to bring back Marillions, and then they're going to roll out the other 2 new tribes that they never got to originally, because they had some canceled expansions that they're probably going to add on to. I'm very excited though, and I hope that they add to the show. Right now on the website there are 5 episodes up. Obviously we talked about the 5th one today. June 10th, that's a nice date. That's when the Bodil episode drops.
Bodil funny.
I made my wife very upset earlier by telling her she reminds me of Bodil.
What the hell, man?
I was like, you're the king's most trusted advisor.
You remind me of this little green Squidward looking dude.
And she knows who Bodil is. We've watched the show. And she was like, ah. And she turned away from me. I was like, come back. She's like, no, you said I was Bodil.
Bodil funny.
That episode comes out. And the next episode will have a very special guest.
I'm excited.
Thanks for watching, everybody. And can't wait to see you for the next episode after the interview, where Cam and I are going to make a lot of jokes in Bodil's voice.
Yes.